What's up, guys? Julian here. Today I'm going to be showing you some really new techniques to make really hard-hitting, professional-sounding breakbeats like you've been hearing on my channel recently, but I've been learning some new stuff recently, and I'm going to show that to you guys today. To go along with this video, I just dropped a new sample pack called Ultimate Breakbeats Volume 1. The link is right at the top of the description. You can see right here, you get these 3 different breakbeat groups with all the individual layers, so you get 112 loops in total. Plus, you get the Ableton files, and you get these bonus synth loops as well. So you get everything you need to make a really cool new track with this stuff. Again, I just wanted to make a really solid resource for you guys. It's really affordable, it's not that expensive, but you can get some really high quality loops and really make your best music. Link is at the top of the description. Thank you so much for all the support, guys. Every little bit really helps keep me going. I don't make a whole lot just off YouTube alone, but with these sample packs and stuff, I'm able to keep bringing you guys new videos every single day. Thank you so much for all the support, and let's dive in. So we're at 132 BPM. This is one of the first loops that you heard in the intro. And yeah, so we're going to start here with the most basic layers. So when you're making these breakbeats, I think a big secret is a lot of people think you start with like all the actual breakbeats. Really, you want to start, maybe you could find one of those and get inspired by it, but bring it in and then mute it. And then you actually want to start with just a kick and a snare. Right? Like, these are always going to be playing underneath those, because if you have, like, just this, obviously you have the vibe there. It has a lot of texture and character to it, but you're really not getting the power with that, right? Right, like the kick and the snare really are actually the main characters here. And we actually have another layer to the snare too. So you really want to get those right first. And again, like, you can start, like, maybe you find one of these, and that's what inspires you. But then go and again mute it and just go straight and try to get a really high quality kick and a really good snare. Like, you notice there's no processing on these. I'm not sitting here going, oh, I boosted like 250 hertz on the snare or something. Like, you kind of don't need that if you just really try to find like that high quality kick and that snare. Now, I will say, like, this kick doesn't have any processing on it, but when I made this, there's like 2 layers going on here. Like, in the actual, like, making of this kick, it's just, I exported it, and now I'm just using it like that. But yeah, so that just kind of goes for, like, having a sound design session, and then saving your samples so you can go and bring them in when you're working on something later. Because now I have the super high quality kick that I can just drag in like this, and it's not going to be as difficult as, like, if I had to go and do all the processes that I had to do to make this kick, it would take so much time away from actually making the breakbeat. But yeah, so you want to start with those. And then you're actually still not going to move up to the breakbeat. Then you want to get a little hi-hat like this. Right? Like, just something on the upbeats. So it's really like we have a UK garage pattern here first. And then we're going to go and add the breakbeats. But you want to get this all nailed down. And this is kind of like the techno thing where you get like your 909 hi-hat, but then you also put the shaker underneath it. And then you get that big, like, crunchy, fat sound. Yeah, and then you just put this together. And so this is the point where you could then go and get a breakbeat. So what you're going to then want to do is get, like, one just really solid sounding breakbeat that you want to put, like, right up front. Like, don't worry about layers yet. Don't worry about all of that. Just try to get something that's, like, just like I was saying with the kick and the snare. Like, just already a really good sample with a lot of texture. And then also, it's not just about finding a good sample, but a big part of this too is, like, the samples working together is kind of what is going to create the groove, if that makes any sense. It's like if I just grabbed a different breakbeat and brought it in here, even if it sounded similar, you really wouldn't get that same feeling. It's like this exact sample is the one that has the right groove and the right feel. So you want to try a few different ones, and you'll see like it'll kind of click into place, you know? But it won't click into place if you just grab one that isn't the right fit, and then you sit there and tweak a compressor for an hour and then wonder why you're not getting it. It's like, yeah, like worry about the sample first. And the only processing on this is I just have a high pass filter. That's it. So then once you have that, I've got another layer here on the snare. So to just show you like, because the snare is obviously very punchy, but to add like a on top of that, like a, it just adds that much more punch. And you can kind of do this thing where the first one is playing the ghost notes, like these 16 notes over here. And then this one doesn't. You know, it gives it a little bit. It kind of makes it have more impact there. So at this stage, you should be sounding pretty good. Like, honestly, for a lot of tracks, this would be enough. And I would say start with this, and then try to build your track around this before you add any more layers. But then once you're ready to add some more layers, next thing I would do is I would go and actually get like a tambourine or a shaker or something like that. And you can hear that's adding the high end. Because you really don't have that yet. You don't have like that kind of sizzle up there. So that's what that adds. And it also goes to say, like, you know, we have a lot of layers here. Like this, honestly, you don't even need this many layers, like I was saying. But each layer is fitting in perfectly. It's not like we have a tambourine, which is like, or it's not like we're doing a thing where like, okay, you know, we have 3 different drum breaks, and one of them has a tambourine in it, so we're keeping that in. But then it has all that like mid-range too. It's like, no, every layer is very specialized, and everything, like, even going back to the snare, like we have a, and then we have a, you wouldn't put together 2 snares, or 2, but when you put the contrasting things together, that's what works. And that's the same thing here with this tambourine. You know, it's all in completely different places, and it's all very specialized. Even like this breakbeat too. You know, if we look at this on the spectrum, see, it's really just like 2 spots where we're getting this mostly, and what you're hearing in the track. It's not like, yeah, we're not trying to like fill everything up, so then this is going to fit a lot better with everything else. So now we're here. And again, this could be the full amount of layers that you need for a track. But I actually do have a few more in here just to show you guys some stuff. But again, keep in mind, this is a tutorial. Like, if you're making a track, you're probably going to want to keep it a little bit simpler than this. So now we have this. This is just, I took a breakbeat. And you can see we have just the 2 little, which actually that does help a little bit. Like you can hear, that does kind of add a bit more groove to the track. But again, just like more specialized stuff. And then finally, we actually have one more breakbeat. So again, like, you probably don't want to use much more than this. This is probably the maximum amount of breakbeats you want to have at one time. But you can hear each one of these is very specialized. Like, this is just adding some energy here. It's not taking up the space of the other breakbeat. And that's how you want to think about it. And this one is actually probably like the most processed thing. Like, you just got some drum bus, EQ, compression. And you can sidechain it to the kick if you want, but wanted to mention that. But yeah, so if you put all that together, you should be able to make some pretty high quality sounding breakbeats. Actually not hard, but I think it's hard to get to the stage where you realize how easy it is, if that makes any sense. Like, it's hard to, like, you want to do a lot of different things when you first start, and it's hard to really, like, narrow it down to, like, okay, each layer is just going to be very specialized. It's all going to be kind of, like, stacking on top of each other rather than too many things happening at once fighting for space. But once you get there, it's not that hard. And yeah, so thank you so much, everybody, for all the support. Once again, you can grab Ultimate Breakbeats Volume 1. The link is at the top of the description. Once again, you get 112 different loops here that you can use to make your own super high quality breakbeats. I'll show you inside the folders here. Yeah, you can see you get every individual layer for all these breakbeats, plus the Ableton files as well, so you can go and make your own tracks with these very easily. And you get the bonus synth loops. This is just $5. You can grab it right at the top of the description. It really helps support me. You know, if you guys enjoy these videos and I've helped you, definitely go grab that. Every little bit helps. Thank you so much for the support, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video.